Warning, this video contains images that are not suitable for children or the elderly or anybody with a heart condition.
Welcome to Watch Me Go Broke. Today I am at the University of Southern Mississippi in Hattiesburg, Mississippi to talk about the Seiko turtle, specifically the SRP777. Now you're probably wondering, what does the Seiko turtle have to do with the University of Southern Mississippi? Well, nothing really. I just thought it would look cool with an eagle behind me. You know, we took a bunch of photos of the campus and stuff. That would probably look pretty cool too, but really nothing to do with the watch. But look at that eagle, it's pretty cool, huh? I'm standing here next to this big, giant oak tree on the campus of the University of Southern Mississippi. You know, this is actually one of the oldest trees in the universe. It's actually been proven by science. There's a couple of trees on Mars that are close, but not as close as this one. Indeed, you can tell that it is very old by its Hulk Hogan size biceps or trunks, I guess, branches, if you will. And it actually, oddly, feels like them too. This is Southern Hall, a very, very famous building. This is actually where Jesus signed the Declaration of Independence back in 1746. There's a lot of history here and religion. Let's awkwardly bend over a table and take a look at the Seiko turtle.
All right, guys, a big thank you to the University of Southern Mississippi. They had no idea that I was filming, and they did not stop me when they saw me. On my wrist today is going to be a Gruen Precision from the 1960s. This is a flea market find. I've got a video coming up of really cool things that you can find at flea markets, so look forward to that. And here is the watch in question today. This is going to be the Seiko SRP777, also known as the Seiko Turtle. This is an homage, if you will, to the Seiko 6309 that they released in the 60s and 70s. You've got a 44mm case, a thickness of 14mm, a lug-to-lug of 48mm, so it doesn't wear that large. 22mm lugs. I have this on a different style bracelet that I will go over in a second. If you're looking to pick one of these up, you might be able to snag one a little bit cheaper than the prices you would find on Amazon. Maybe on eBay you can find one a little bit cheaper, but you know, they're going to be all around the same price point. There's a few limited editions or special editions that they have, and then you could pick those up if you wanted to, but really Amazon is going to have your best variety of choices should you choose to pick one of these up. All applied indices on the dial today. A printed Seiko logo just below the 12 o'clock position, and above the 6 is going to be the Seiko Prospex logo. Automatic Divers 200M, and then below the 6 o'clock marker, Movement Japan 4R36- something or other I can't read, but that is the Movement, the 4R36, also known as the NH36, it can be known as that. It has a day-date complication and a 41-hour power reserve. It also beats at 21,600 vibrations per hour. 120-click unidirectional bezel. I would say the action on this is pretty good, fairly similar to the SKX. Again, a little bit of backplay, as is really par for the course with Seiko. I would say this is probably aligned a little bit better than you would find on an SKX. Well, maybe not. Yeah, it's the chapter ring is a little bit skewed to the left there. You can definitely see it down at the 6 o'clock marker. It is a little bit to the left of where it should be, but that is no surprise with Seiko. Hardlex crystal, you're not going to get any sapphire at this price point from them for some reason. screw down crown, and I'm going to show you the Caseback now. And if you have small children, or maybe someone that's elderly, people that have difficulty with their heart, I would definitely have them leave the room before I show you this. So you have been warned. Ooh, and there is the Caseback. Quite a substantial scratch by someone who tried to take the Caseback off and slipped, and that someone was me, and I will tell you why that happened and how it happened. I purchased this watch from a pawn shop. I just happened to stumble across it, and I was like, hey, that, not a bad price, so I figured I'd pick it up. And the watch would run for a few hours, but then it would stop. And of course, when you're buying it at the time, there's no way you could have known that. And I don't even know if the pawn shop really knew that or not. But so I decided to open the Caseback, and I'm assuming what the pawn shop had done was to verify the authenticity of the watch. They opened up the back of it to verify the movement. And when they closed it back, I think they were probably worried about water resistance or something, because they must have had the Incredible Hulk or Superman or someone that has that same strength tighten this Caseback. I have never had a Caseback that was this tight, and that actually was causing the issue with the rotor. For some reason, the way they did it, and I didn't even know that was possible, but maybe the seal, had slipped or something like that. But something was coming in contact with the rotor, and that was causing it to not be able to wind itself properly. Once I popped this Caseback off and then put it back on, the watch runs fine. It runs great. But yeah, slipped with the tool, so a little disappointed in that. But hey, if you're one of those people that like scratches on watches because it gives them character, this one is for you, but it is a little painful to look at. You've got Movement Japan Air Divers 200 meters. This is an ISO certified diver. The Seiko logo, stainless steel. The Seiko wave there, or not Seiko wave. Again, I keep saying that, but it's some sort of Japanese wave. The Prospex X logo with the serial number, and I'm just going over Seiko serial numbers real quick. The first number is actually going to be the year that it was manufactured, and the second number is the month that it was manufactured. So this is going to be 2017, June of 2017 is when this watch was manufactured. Now, Seiko doesn't really give a whole lot of detail a lot of the time with, it's basically like that could be 2017 or 2007. It's just whatever 10-year span they've put on there. But I know this watch was not manufactured in 2007, so that rounded it up to 2017. So I have this on a strap code oyster style bracelet made specifically for the SRP777. It's going to be pretty much the same one. It is the same one that would come on the SKX007 strap code. They're just gorgeous bracelets. This is much better than the bracelet that comes on the actual SRP777, which I'm not certain if you can actually get that on the bracelet. I know there's another one, I think in blue, that you can get on the bracelet. So not sure if the SRP777 comes on the bracelet. But what it does come on is this rubber strap, and this is a much better upgrade than the rubber strap that comes on the Seiko SKX. This thing is very, very comfortable. It seems very durable. That's what comes on the SRP777. You've got very nice hardware here at the buckle. It's basically the new rubber strap that Seiko is using. Or not the buckle, but this is the keeper here. And then the buckle has the stamped Seiko logo. Very substantial hardware there. Very pliable, very comfortable. That wave logo there on it again, and it is just very comfortable. But it looks like, it looks relatively similar to the one that comes on the SKX. You're not really losing that Seiko charm if you like it, but I don't know. I don't really wear it on the rubber strap that much, but I don't know. It's a great strap. So what do I like about this watch? Well, truth be told, this is my favorite watch in my collection. I am not afraid to say that. I think this is a wonderful, wonderful watch. The size is great, and it looks like a turtle, if you can see. turtle legs there, turtle head. Yeah, there's a turtle head poking out. Yeah, funny. Yeah, it's just a great watch. Now, I have not taken this in the water for obvious reasons. I have no prior history on this watch, and I know that the caseback has been compromised. I did not put a new seal, so this is just something that until I get it to a watchmaker, it's just going to have to sit on the sidelines for the ocean. It looks gorgeous. It wears a treat. I like the drilled lug holes. That's really, really nice. And they're actually, you know, much larger than you would find on like the new 5KXs. So you can use a bigger tool to change the strap. It's just a lovely looking watch. So let's take a look at the lume here. Oh yeah, glows like a fire torch. Fire torch. I don't know if that's the right term to use, but it is fantastic. This is Seiko's Lumi Bright Lume. Getting a Seiko dive watch, you get this most of the time. It's just gorgeous. It will last all night. You will have no trouble reading the time at any time in the dark, and it is super cool. And depending on how much it's charged up, you could probably hold a piece of paper to it and read what's on the paper. So very substantial lume. What do I not like about this watch? Well, I don't like that I scratched it. I don't know if I can get another case back, but it's really probably not even worth doing. Not a whole lot to not like about this watch. Obviously, the Hardlex crystal is something that they really should look at. I mean, this watch, you know, for retail is fairly expensive. So they definitely should look at sapphire crystal. I've said it in nearly every review that I do. And these are also moddable. So you can change out, you know, the hands, the dial, whatever you want, bezel insert, if you don't like the color. So this could be a blank slate for you to start with, but yeah, really no complaints about the watch. That's why it's my favorite watch. There's really, the shortcomings are really short, so there's really nothing to complain about. And there it is on my 7¼ inch wrist. I think it wears really lovely. The lug to lug is not that long, so it's not gonna overhang at all, and the strap code did a fantastic job integrating this wonderful bracelet to it. I think this watch is so absolutely diverse, and you can do a ton of different NATO straps with it. You know, rubber straps, NATO straps, nylon straps, Perlon straps, any kind of strap you want. This watch will work great with it. So this is just, you know, something that's really, it's a hard to beat watch, especially at this price point, and I think it is fantastic.
Well, there you go, the SRP777, aka the Seiko Turtle. Truth be told, it is indeed my favorite watch in my collection, and I was very happy to show it to you today. So until next time, I might enroll because they've got a pretty sweet food court, and I could eat here every day. I'll see you next time.